So Mentor Collective is really big on understanding your goals and understanding the key outcomes that you're hoping to achieve through partnering with Mentor Collective and running a successful mentorship program. So each feature that I'll be talking about will be focusing on and highlighting also the outcomes that they help you achieve. So matching survey data is going to support you on acting on student-provided data individually and also in aggregate, and then also supporting targeted student populations at those critical times in their educational journey. So again, we'll look at them. Wanted to really focus on, even regardless of where you are in kind of how long you've been with Mentor Collective or where you are in the program, this matching survey data comes pretty quickly to you. So wanted to start off with talking about that. Context for folks that are a little bit newer to Mentor Collective or just at the start of the journey with us. I know there's some folks in here that I'm working with currently in onboarding. Wanted to talk a little bit about where this matching survey data comes from and what the matching survey is. So when participants are invited to register for the platform, for the program, they're going to go through a process of completing a matching survey. And there's around 15 questions, lots of data points that are asked on that survey. And Mentor Collective uses that information to make the really great mentor-mentee matches within the program, right? We have that algorithm that we find commonalities between participants and make the matches through that. But you actually have access to all of that matching survey data as well. And I want to demonstrate how you can find that information on the dashboard and some practical ideas for what you can do. Because again, the matching survey collects data on academic and career interests, some background information, life experiences, hobbies. So there's lots of really great student reported data that's derived from the matching survey, and it all lives in your dashboard. So I'm going to go ahead and let's hop into our dashboard. Feel free to follow along if you want to. If you have access to your dashboard already, feel free to pull it up, or I'll be in the driver's seat the whole time, and you can always watch the recording later to kind of follow along with me then. So if we're hopping into the dashboard here, I first wanted to show you where you can find where your matching surveys are, or what your matching surveys are. So if we clicked on this mentorships tab here, you likely will have an option that says view matching surveys. That allows you to see what the current matching survey is that's attached to your program. If you don't see this feature, talk to your partner success manager, because there's an ability for them to toggle this on or off. So if you want to have an opportunity to, again, review the questions that are on there, you can do so that way. But let's head over to the participants tab now to check out what you can do with this information and where some of the information lives from our participants page. So I've clicked on that, and we have this awesome button up at the top that's filter participants. So we click on here, you'll notice that there's a lot of different data points that can be filtered on. And a lot of this information that you'll see here is actually generated, again, from that matching survey, right? Career interests, like I mentioned, challenges, first generation status, gender, hobbies, etc. So let's say, for example, an email comes across your desk that is about a scholarship for transfer students, and you want to pinpoint which of your participants are transfer students and who you should encourage to apply. So we can do that directly from here, right? We have the ability to click on here and identify all of my participants who are those transfer students. If I click apply, that's going to show me all of the participants in my program that have indicated on the matching survey that they are a transfer student. I can easily export those filtered results and generate an email for those participants based off of the thing that they indicated there. You can further refine that. So say, for example, the scholarship is only for new transfer students. So some that just came to the institution, and that is a population that you invite as a mentee. you can refine that just to see who your mentees are. And you may also want to further refine it or filter it based off of program status as well. So maybe it's just those students that are currently active in your program, right? So they have registered, or they've completed their onboarding, or they're matched. So you can also refine by that program status as well. And we click apply, and you'll notice that generates about 23 students that have indicated on their matching survey that they are a transfer student. And again, you can easily export that and send a quick email to say, hey, the scholarship opportunity might be of interest to you. I encourage you to apply. But let's say that you want to leverage the power of your student voice and student influence. We can use the mentorships page to actually identify of these students, who's their mentor, right? Maybe we want to actually have the mentor do the outreach to say, you are matched with a student who's a transfer student. This scholarship opportunity came across my desk. Would you please reach out to them? So you can do the same thing here. If we click on filter mentorships, and we're going to, again, up here, it defaults to mentors first, but if we scroll down, we want to know who our mentees are, who are transfer students. We can click on that. They is a transfer student. And then we want to see also individuals or mentorships that are currently matched in the program. So we're going to select that. It defaults to showing, or the mentorship page defaults to showing all of the mentorships that have ever been formed in your program. That can include those that are currently matched and maybe some that have been unmatched for that historical purposes for you. So if you want to refine it just for this purpose, just for students who are currently matched, you would do that through the match status. And if we apply that here, now we're seeing 21 students who you could 21 mentors that you could reach out to say, hey, you're matched with one of our awesome transfer students. This scholarship might be useful for them. Can you please encourage them to apply, and even support them in identifying how to write that scholarship essay, or going to the writing center to write that, to get support in writing that scholarship essay. So in a lot of ways, this mentorship feature can help you to or this mentorships page can help you identify which mentor is matched with those particular students. Let's say, for example, it's really great, right, to be able to pinpoint and drill down and see specific individuals in your program based off of matching survey data, but maybe you want to have the ability to see all of the responses to that matching survey. The dashboard also allows you to do that through our exports tab. So if we click on exports here, there is an option to see this matching survey data, and you can export it in a CSV file, the mentors' responses, every response that you received on for the matching survey for mentees. And it allows you to really see a full picture of the participant responses. Quickly, we'll show you what example of that matching survey data looks like. So you'll get a full file that has, if it's what type of user it is, information about them here, and really wanted to pinpoint or show you another great question that's asked, which is, tell us about yourself. So this question has a lot of really awesome student reported data, like they're interested in studying abroad or interested in Greek life if they're a commuter student. So this report, this export, can really help you, again, think about strategically and practically maybe some support services that you want to share with these particular individuals. Maybe there's a study abroad fair that's coming up, or maybe you want to let all of these advisors know, hey, this particular student is interested in studying abroad, or these group of students are interested in studying abroad. Might be worth having that conversation about a future semester, planning that into their academic plan. So those are kind of three quick hits of what you can do with this matching survey data. And I'm gonna pop back over to Shannon to talk more about the strategy, and if she needs me to demo anything on the dashboard,
Yeah.
keep screen sharing over here.
Thanks, Lydia. And actually, I'm going to have you go back to the export, because that's what
Yeah.
we're going to focus on right now. So hello, everybody. I'm Shannon. I'm about to share a link to an article with you in the chat. And that is a link to the summary article from a recent webinar we did on the 6 elements of a culture of mentorship. Our Jen, who is your host today, and our colleague Annemiek put together a great framework to highlight the 6 elements that can make for a really successful mentorship program, and shared some campus examples of each of those elements. We're also going to highlight a few of those elements today, which is why I am linking that article for you in case you aren't familiar with it. So the matching survey, Lydia did such a great job of showing you where that information shows up in immediate dashboards that you can use that information right away and intervene with individual students. I have a background in institutional effectiveness and assessment, so I like to think about things strategically and how we can use the data as a whole. So Lydia, scrolling a little bit, you're going to find a column that has a yellow highlight at the top. That is a question that gets asked on on the matching survey. And that is, hey, mentee, what is one short-term question you want your mentor to answer? And notice it will say, we may share this with your mentor. This information isn't automatically shared with the mentor because students may share things that are appropriate for the administrators of this program to manage, but maybe not immediately appropriate for the mentor to see. So there's a little bit of a buffer there. But this information is available to you in that export. And you may say, ugh, I don't want to look at 250 of these responses and figure out what to do with them. So I will tell you that I grabbed this column, put it into ChatGPT and said, summarize these data for me. And it gave me five topics or 5 themes in the things that students are looking for from their mentors. Luckily, 3 of them were very appropriate for what we would want mentors to address. They were time management, personal development, like how do I make friends and how do I navigate campus? And then the university community, how do I become engaged? What's it like to be on campus? That's fantastic. And summarizing that data and sharing it with your mentors will help them know what to talk about in those first, maybe slightly awkward interactions with their mentee. We do great training and we teach people how to introduce themselves to each other, but it's also helpful to point out, hey, these are the things that are important to mentees as a whole. Why don't you go to the resources in the resource library? Maybe while I'm talking, Lydia, you can show where the resource area is on the dashboard and share these things with your mentees. The other 2 topics, though, that came up when I used AI to summarize 150 lines of data in 15 seconds were students or academic questions. Now, this again is important for mentors to know, but it's also more important for advisors to know. So letting the advising team or the advising team in the specific schools know about this, to know that students are looking for help in multiple ways. They're talking to peers, and these are the students specifically that are interested in academic advisement or help. A little bit of encouragement to those students to check in with their advisors, and a little heads up to the advisors that these students are giving us this information of their own free will. It's not that easy to get that information out of people. And when they are self-disclosing this, we want to make sure we act on it. The final thing I want to say is the last theme was students have career questions. Now, students are coming into the mentorship program typically at the beginning of their experience. But they may be further along in their college experience. Either way, career services should know that students have these questions, right? They want to talk to their peer about it, and they may not know that this additional support is available to them on campus. So boosting your student success strategy and all those programs that you have for your students can be enhanced from just a little bit of data and a little bit of time looking at the matching survey right at the beginning of the school year or right at the beginning of the program.